Welcome back to Hannity. So President Trump, during his sit-down interview with our friend and colleague Tucker Carlson earlier today, spoke about the release of his 2005 tax returns. Watch his answer.
I don't know. I have no idea where they got it, but it's illegal, and you're not supposed to have it, and it's not supposed to be leaked. And it's certainly not an embarrassing tax return at all, but it's an illegal thing. They've been doing it. They've done it before, and I think it's a disgrace.
It was a disgrace and likely a felony, and earlier today, MSNBC's liberal Joe Scarborough suggested President Trump leaked the tax returns himself. Yes, liberal Joe tweeted, quote, "This one tax return is not bad for him because he cherry-picked one return from over a decade ago and had it leaked to the press." I guess the Russians went out in the dark at night and put it in some guy's mailbox. Anyway, the Trump camp released one positive tax return to distract from Russia hearings and Trump cares meltdown. That's painfully obvious. NBC is now the network of bizarre conspiracy theories. Anyway, joining us with a reaction, author of the New York Times bestseller, also a new op-ed on FoxNews.com about the president's budget. That's former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor, Newt Gingrich. You work with liberal Joe. I mean, I guess, you know, he's kind of jumped the shark a bit, and now he's into mad conspiracy theories. But,
look,
you know, yeah. When you get that look, I know something's coming. Go ahead.
Look, if you go to the movies and you look at X-Men or you look at Transformers or you look at a whole range of these hero movies and these various wild action movies, you understand the mindset of a large number of Americans who can't think anymore. And all they want is noise and sound and action, and that's the modern left. I mean, Joe Scarborough used to be a much smarter guy, but the longer he stays at MSNBC, the more he seems to drink the left-wing Kool-Aid, and it gets to be kind of goofy. It's not ideological. It's just out of touch with reality. So let's start with what the president said, which I agree with 100%, but it's up to the president and his administration to follow through. It is a felony to release an Internal Revenue Service tax record. It's punishable by 5 years imprisonment, and they're going to have to start impaneling grand juries and tracking down people who are breaking the law. Let's be clear about this. This isn't about civil disobedience. This isn't about, you know, the public's right to know. There are a set of laws for good, powerful reasons which prevent people from routinely taking government information and giving it out. And we have to enforce those laws if we're going to have any kind of semblance of government in Washington, D.C.
I've been putting up every night, Mr. Speaker, on this program. I've been putting up every example of every leak from the intelligence community. Now we've got his tax returns leaking. Somebody, in every case, you're right, this is a felony that is being committed. And I talk a lot about the deep state. I talk a lot about the lies and conspiracies that keep getting, you know, repeated by the destroy Trump media. And now it's gotten to the point where I've got to believe that 55% of the time that the Trump team is now spending on defending things that people like John Solomon are reporting are not true. There's been no proof, no evidence of any Russian collusion. Where's James Comey? Why is he not telling the country, yeah, we investigated it, it's over, there's nothing there?
Look, what the Trump team should do, what the president should do, is appoint one or two people to deal with nonsense. And they could be called sort of the nonsense squad. And they could go in at the beginning of every one of Sean Spicer's.
I work in the White House, and I'm the nonsense director. I deal with the conspiracy theories. What?
All I'm saying is they would go in and they would start Spicer's press briefing with a 5 or 10 minute list of that week's nonsense. Then they'd leave. Everybody else ought to focus on infrastructure, creating jobs, solving the health problem, the kind of things that matter to the average American. They should not allow the elite media to suck them into wasting their senior management time chasing a bunch of stories that are garbage. I mean, they ought to say, okay, here's the garbage patrol. Maybe they give it to the person they're mad at. You're now going to be punished. You're in charge of the garbage patrol. I don't care how they do it. You know, maybe they could go out and recruit Mitt Romney. I mean, there are a lot of different opportunities for service here. But what they should do is have a very small number of people whose job is to
conspiracy
their job is to deal with
nonsense,
and everybody else should focus on the real job.
Look, a part of it's funny, but when you have the President of the United States, when you have a deep state bureaucrats, Obama holdovers, and you've got these lifelong, career bureaucrats that want to destroy the President and are breaking laws doing it, it's got to end. These people have to go. They have to be fired. It's hurting the country.
The only way...
And
The only way it's going to end is either A, for Trump to cave in and surrender, or B, for them to root out, fire the people who are doing this, including career civil servants who are breaking the law. And there's nothing in the civil service rules that allow you to break the law. And I think they have to enforce it very aggressively.
I think the odds of Donald Trump, the president, retreating and surrendering are about -1,000. So I don't see that scenario unfolding. Right. But you're right. A lot of people would say, well, it's a lot easier to just act like we're being president. I don't think that. I didn't see that tonight when he's speaking in Nashville, Tennessee. But we got to take a break. Well,